Hello, I'm Stan Smith, and welcome to How to Make a Dragon. I've gotten a bit of a head start on you because there is no way I can show you everything, nor would you want to see everything. Well, I don't know, maybe you would like to watch a 20-hour video on me trying to figure out how to make a dragon. And I did do a lot of head scratching, because other than the scale drawing, I had no plans. But I'm pretty good at trial and error and doing things over. For example, I thought I would need a frame to attach everything to, so I made that piece with the long rods. Well, I wound up not even using that. And you may notice while watching this, I jump around a lot. I'll work on the head for a while, and then once I feel that's going okay, I'll do some work on the wing, because I don't want to spend too much time on one area just to find out I couldn't make another part look good and just give up. Here I cut several of these arrow-shaped pieces in different sizes to make his body armor. Looks kind of like large scales. Oh yeah, besides his tail and some 3/16 rod I use in his wings, I'm using 16 gauge carbon steel sheet for just about everything else. Here I'm using a fixture I made to aid in my cold forging. It's just two rods welded to a plate with about a 1/2 inch gap between, and I'm happy to say it worked pretty good. Figuring out how to attach the head to the body and make it look good was probably the hardest part of this project. First of all, I'm not a dragon expert, so I had to do some research, and what I found is there is actually a lot of variation and different interpretations. And you may not know this, but as of the making of this video, no one has gotten a really good clear picture of a dragon in flight. So I just made this up as I went. So what I came up with were these feather scales to transition his head into his body. What I'm doing here is fitting him for one of his horns that I made from 5/16 rod that I sharpened to a point and then put a gradual bend in it. So after drilling the hole, I heated it up so I could angle the hole back. And yes, I cooled it in water before I touched it. I actually have better video on making the second wing because now I kind of know what I'm doing. And plus, I get to show off my new jigsaw, a good quality one this time, because I do seem to be using it a lot. I'm using the same paper templates that I used on the first wing, so I just trace it out on the metal and then cut them out. This transition part of the wing, which is also part of his back, has a lot of shape to it. I use my bending fixture and also my poor man's version of a sandbag and my large rawhide mallet for some gradual bend. It works well. Here I'm putting in some 3/16 round rod to make up the bony part of the dragon's wing. Each section I put in, I add one of these with the same contour as the wing. And I'm doing all my welding on the back side. I'm going to leave a little bit of this rod sticking out that I will later grind a point on. I have added a few more pieces to his body. And now I'm transitioning into his tail, which is made from various sizes of pipe. I'm going to add a piece of 1/4 inch rod to make up the very end of his tail later. But now I'm just trying to give it a nice curve. It's all my little propane torch can do to heat this up, but we got her done. My plan is to sell this dragon, so in case I need to ship him, I thought of making the tail removable, because his total length is approximately 41 inches. So I drilled and tapped for two 832 flathead screws. Now with the tail removed, he measures 25 inches long, with a 32-inch wide wingspan. And with his tail removed, it's easier to work on. And I still have two big hurdles to get over to finish this piece. His head, and then what kind of finish am I going to use? As of right now, I don't have a clear vision in my head. So stick around and let's find out together. I thought this would be a good time to slow the video down a bit and give you a inside the head look of what's going on here, because I'm not going to be able to show this very well as I'm actually doing it. So what I have here is the bottom of his head. But before I put that on, I need to put his horns in, and I've made these in such a way to where they cross each other, and then I can remember how to do it. Kind of unusual. You get the gist of it. They'll cross, and then that'll be help reinforce them so they won't get bent. And then the eyes are polished stainless steel. They'll fit in and weld to the horn, because I don't really want to put any weld right next to the eye socket. I'll show you that. Here I've got one of his eyes cut here, so this will show through. I think that might get a good eye. I really put off doing the eyes for a long time. Wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. This came out pretty good. The horns, they're not stainless, but I did polish them, so they came out kind of shiny. But let's see how it goes. Okay, I got his eyes and horns in, and he did not like it. You can see I had to resort to tying him down. Now I'm trying to fit up his jaw. We both had a tough time with this, but it came out okay. A few bites and scratches, but no worse for wear. There is no video of me sanding, but believe me, there was a lot of sanding. In the picture I show some of my weapons of choice. These and a couple of hours and some elbow grease, we are now ready for what I call a faux copper patina. So my faux copper patina solution is the same as my rust solution. 2 cups hydrogen peroxide, 4 tablespoons distilled white vinegar, 1 teaspoon iodized salt. And as always, do it outside or in a very well ventilated area. Now the trick to getting the copper look is first sanding off the dark coating on the steel, sanding it till it looks like stainless steel. Now spray an even coat of the solution and immediately start to wipe it off until it's dry. And then repeat this 4 or 5 times, or until you get the look you're after. Now here he is with 3 coats of clear enamel. Now here he is on the wall with an invisible mounting bracket I made just for this piece. I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's free. And if you click the bell icon, this will notify you when my next video comes out. Here's some nice dragon music for you.